beautiful light. Snowflakes falling, lights aglow. Everywhere the magic shows. Laughing loud, the season's bright. We're living that beautiful life tonight. Stockings hung and hearts so warm. Joy is dancing through the storm. Turn it up, let the bells all chime. It's Christmas time, it's Christmas time. Beautiful life, oh what a life. Holiday cheer.
What's going on, beautiful people? I'm Carl Anthony and welcome to the channel. I'm excited about inviting you all to my invite-only dinner event that I have coming up really soon. Like many of you out there, you love to entertain during the holiday season, and so do I. So I cannot wait to show you all just what I'm doing to help give my guests a beautiful and spectacular view. Now, if I can encourage you out there, one thing that I always talk about in all of my videos, especially for Christmas, is that your theme should be running all through your house for the holiday season. It's not just about your entryway. It's not just about your family room or your formal living room. It is also about the other spaces that sometimes are the most forgotten about, like your kitchen. Like many of you out there, I'm sure when you entertain, most of your guests gather in your kitchens. Well, so do my guests. And so I want to give them something very beautiful to look at. Now tell me, why do our guests always gather in our kitchens when we're entertaining? I mean, is it the food? Is it the drinks? Is it the conversation? What is it? I've never understood that. And here's the thing, my kitchen is not that big. So I'm always like, oh my God, there are other parts of my house that you guys can sit in, eat in, drink in, and talk in. But no, everyone simply gathers in this particular area. And that's one of the main reasons why I do something extra special every single year in my kitchen to not only give my guests a comfortable space to be in so that they can eat, drink, and talk, but also so that they can have something very beautiful to look at. And that is the reason why I also add the smallest details so that they become the largest bit of conversations. So let's talk details. Now, for those of you that are just discovering me, my theme this year is the Enchanted Forest. And that is where I welcome the outside inside. I wanted reindeer everywhere, arrangements everywhere, and Christmas trees everywhere for this Christmas season. And one of the things that I did the most in this particular space was I welcomed in all of the beautiful greenery inside of this space. Now let's talk details, starting with my upper cabinets. Now I have seen so many different variations of how people decorate their cabinets for Christmas. I've seen where people add bows, they make them like their presents. I mean, there are so many cute ideas out there. But for me in my home, one of the things that I love to do is to add garland at the very top of my cabinets. And the reason why is because my cabinets don't go all the way up to the ceiling. That's a little unfortunate. I necessarily don't like that, but it's all good. I will work around it. And working around it means every single year I am going to be adding a garland at the very top of these beautiful cabinets. If you've you've been watching my videos, you know that this garland is running all through my home for the Christmas season. It is also the garland from my Christmas haul video. I picked it up this year from Hobby Lobby, and it is truly giving the textures and the tones that I was looking for this Christmas season. Something that I did for this garland was I filled it in with some picks and some sprays, added some additional cut up pieces of garland to it just to kind of give it a little more volume, some more texture, give it a little more dimension, but I also added a strand of lights. And that's a pro tip for all of you out there. If you are putting garland at the top of your cabinets, add you a strand of lights. But let me give you another pro tip. Add you a strand of lights behind that garland. Let me tell you, when the lights are off, when it is dark outside, not only are the lights going on the garland, the cabinets are also illuminated with the extra strand of lights that you add to the back of the garland. Now, something that you've always heard me talk about is the smallest detail matters the most when you're decorating for Christmas. And for me, the smallest detail in this space has the biggest impact. Now, that little small detail is this little bitty cardinal that I added at the very top of my cabinets, just tucked away in the garland. And the reason why I added that was because when I lost my little one last year, there was this little red cardinal every single week, every month, that would come sit right outside of this window, and he would chirp so loud. Every time I got ready to film him, he would fly off. But what I always felt like that was my little one doing a quick check-in with me to let me know that he was all right. And for those of you that believe in the red cardinals, you kind of know the story behind it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And that was the reason why I decided to add this little red cardinal at the very top of these cabinets for Christmas. Now, would you believe that I'm not the star of the show today in the kitchen? No. This guy is. Those of you that know, you know that magnolias do mean holiday time. And one thing about it, I am going to add magnolias to my home every single Christmas. And I'm going to add them more than likely right here in this space. For those of you that have watched my videos for the last few years, you see that I get these magnolias every single year. And what makes them special is that I get them from my grandmother's yard every single year. And listen, as long as that home is going to be in my family, I am going to keep this tradition alive because it is something that means a whole lot to me and it is extra special. Now, talk about a play on a theme, right? The Enchanted Forest. Think about this or imagine this. I'm hosting, I have food set up all around this, and we are truly gathering around truly a magical enchanted forest. Talk about a great play on a theme. Listen, when I was putting this together this year, it wasn't just about adding magnolias. I wanted magnolias that really were just volume, large, huge. And so that is the reason why I went big on this year's arrangement. Like I said at the beginning, I wanted reindeer everywhere, I wanted Christmas trees everywhere, and I wanted arrangements everywhere. And that is why I went big on this arrangement right here. And completing the space is this reindeer right here that I just recently picked up from Home Goods. He was silver, would you imagine? And you know what I did? Yep, I changed the color. I think he just adds a great completed little look. Obviously, I'm going to remove him when I get ready to entertain, but for the time being, he is so adorable right here in this space. When you are decorating your kitchens for Christmas, there are things that you can do to absolutely add a little bit of Christmas magic to it. For example, those of you that have coffee bars, I encourage you start to style your coffee bars. I have a coffee bar in my home. It's really, really small. I don't drink coffee, but I do drink hot chocolate. Now, currently, my Bartesian sits there year round, and I have no plans of removing it because, you know, after a long day, sometimes you need a cocktail. Well, you get it. I'm not going to be removing it, but I like to work around it. So creating a very small, quick and easy hot chocolate bar is something that I absolutely love to do every single year. In this particular hot chocolate bar, I added my little teddy bear jar. I add my hot chocolate packets to that, some toppings. They're quick, they're easy as I'm running out of the door, nothing overly complicated, but again, it adds a beautiful Christmas magical touch to that space to help bring my theme alive. Staying within the theme, I added a few things to this particular space that really carry that theme over. Starting with this easel right here. This painting right here is from one of my favorite artists, and so I added a little wreath on the outside of it, added some gold pine cones to it. I added my candlesticks, the ones that I used from my table last year, right here in this space. I more than likely will tie a ribbon on it just to kind of give it more of a completed, pizzazz little look to it. And then I added a reindeer right here. I have my soap dispenser that's a Christmas tree, play on theme. And then I have this absolutely gorgeous arrangement right here. I add an arrangement to this space every single year. This isn't a cabinet that I need to go in every single day. Not that I cook anyway, but nonetheless, it isn't a cabinet that I need to get to. So that is the reason why I add an arrangement right here to this. Okay, so now that I've shown you the conversation pit, the gathering spot, the place where you have a cocktail, the after hours place, after dinner, all the above, now that I've shown you that, let me show you where dinner is going to be served. Talk about a beautiful table scape. This table setting is going to be a conversation starting piece. Listen, I enjoy setting the table every single year because I don't have my table set throughout the year. And that is because I feel like a dining room table is so underutilized. I mean, how many of us really use our dining room tables throughout the year? I mean, unless you're having a gathering or a dinner party, but I really don't use my table like that. And so that's the reason why I don't have it set throughout the year. So I actually utilize my table as a library table. So I have a lot of different collectibles on it, things that I've collected from other countries throughout the years, coffee table books, you name it. I just use it to display some absolutely beautiful things. And so I also enjoy moving that stuff off every holiday season and setting the table formally. And so for this year's private dinner party, I have played on my theme very well. And how I did that, I started with a base. And the base this year is not just the actual garland, but it is this fabric right here. This fabric is actually drapes. They're old drapes that I used to have. They used to hang up in my house somewhere. And you know what? I don't use them anymore. So I said, what better way than to use them than right here? And actually, this base is a part of my Christmas trees. I use it as my Christmas tree skirt every year. That's another pro tip. If you have a large tree or you have old drapes and you need something that will cover a lot of space, utilize some old drapes that you have laying around. If you have a console table, an end table, and you have some old drapes and you want to put something under, a Christmas tree, an arrangement, anything like that to give it a little pizzazz, a little more oomph, add your old drapes to the bottom, roll them up, tuck them in just a little bit, and I guarantee you it will take your Christmas decorations to the next level. Not only did I add a beautiful foundation to the table here, I added a garland on top of it. Again, this is the garland that you're going to see throughout my home, but I filled it in with some picks, some more sprays, and then I added some gold pine cones to it. But the real star of the show here in this area are these beautiful tabletop trees. Now, these tabletop trees, they came in different colors. I showed them in my Christmas haul video. Some of them were silver, some of them were green. I picked them up from Hobby Lobby and Home Goods. And so, of course, a little spray paint magic brought them alive. The tabletop trees that you see with the little star on them, they have little bitty bells. I actually got those from Home Goods, and they were actually gold, surprisingly. But I really, truly think that they help to add some glitz and some glam, and truly they steal the show on this year's formal arrangement. So let me give you a little more detail on the table, starting with these gorgeous chargers. Now, I saw these chargers last year and I ranted and raved about them, but they were so expensive. And then when I finally made my mind up to go get them, they were gone. But this year I happened to be inside of At Home and they actually had them, and so I had to get them. Now, these chargers are a bit expensive. They're probably more than $15 a charger, oh my God, but they're so gorgeous. They're glass, I mean, and technically you can use them as just an oversized plate if you wanted to, but I'm just glad that I got my hands on them. I also added my gold plates on top of them. Now these gold plates, they are from Hobby Lobby. I picked them up years ago. They were half price and I knew at some point I was going to be able to use them. So this is the first year that I am adding them to my formal table setting. My napkins and my napkin ring truly set off the moment right here. I love these little napkin rings, this reindeer. Talk about a play on theme, you know, the outside, inside, reindeer everywhere, Christmas trees everywhere, arrangements everywhere. You get it. I'm so thankful and glad that I was able to get these somewhere. I had them dug away, tucked away somewhere, and I'm so glad I thought about them. I was like, oh my God, I have some reindeer napkin rings. I'm glad that I was able to get them out of the closet somewhere and add them to this year's table setting. These utensils, you guys, I showed them at the very beginning of the year in another haul video. They're from Home Goods. I just wanted an aesthetically pleasing utensil set. And so this year I said, you know what? They match the gold on the table perfectly. And so I pulled them out of the drawer and added them to my formal table setting this year. And then another star of the show on the table are these gorgeous water glasses with these little reindeer heads on them. This is so cute. I got these again years ago from Home Goods. Didn't know how I was going to use them. Didn't know in what setting I was ever going to use them for. But you know what? They go perfectly for this year's Christmas theme. And that's one thing that I encourage you all to do. As you are out Christmas shopping, you don't just necessarily have to buy Christmas decorations that are for your theme that year. It may be something that you can use in the future. If you like it, get it, because I guarantee you, you will go home, you will be thinking about it, and it will not be available. To know me is to know my love for putting wreaths everywhere in my home for Christmas. Name it, I will put a wreath on it, whether it's a door, a window, a planter, a pitcher, You name it, I am going to add a wreath to it every single Christmas. This particular picture right here, the wall is a little bland and a little dull, and so that is the reason why I add a wreath right here every single year. Now, this wreath right here is actually two of them, so I should be saying wreaths because I put two wreaths together to blend together what is happening on the table. You have the foundation, which is this garland, this greenery, this pine, this texture, these tones, and then you have the gold moment that's happening. And so again, that's the reason why I wanted this great blend or juxtaposition between all of what's happening on the table and what is happening right here. If you have been watching and you have been tuned into my videos, you guys see that our community is growing, our family is growing, and more of you are choosing to be a part of this very beautiful community that we have over here. Now, earlier in the year, I posted a video. I was inspired by another content creator for celebrating life moments with a bottle of champagne and writing your goals on it. And so earlier in the year, I wrote a goal that we would reach 10,000 subscribers. Well, before I could even celebrate that, we got to over 12,000 subscribers. And I am so grateful and so thankful that, again, you all are choosing to be a part of this beautiful community that we have over here and that it is growing every single day. I do hope that you guys are liking the content. I do hope that you guys are choosing to subscribe to the channel, those of you that are new here, and I cannot wait to show you more. I also hope that you guys found a little bit of inspiration from this video to start decorating your kitchens, really taking your dining room tables to the next level. I cannot wait to show you all more. And again, until next time, one thing that I always say, don't forget to like, comment, and stay beautiful. But listen, I have something very special for you all on my very next video because I am going to be showing you guys my entire home tour. Yes, my home tours are always the biggest and the best because I show you all of the rooms, all of the details, and all of the surprises in my home. So I cannot wait to share that with you all. So cheers, and thank you guys so much for 10,000 plus subscribers. Well, 12,000 plus subscribers now. I am so grateful for each and every last one of you out there. Again, if you are new here, please, 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 I encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Again, as always, like I just said, don't forget to like this video, share this video, share it with a friend, a family member. Go back and watch all of my old videos. Listen, I enjoy you all's love so much. So once again, everyone, cheers. Thank you so much. And I cannot wait to see you in my very next video, which is my home tour. Stay beautiful.